Hello YNABers, my name is Jesse Meekum from YNAB. It stands for You Need a Budget. Yes, you do. This is another Whiteboard Wednesday. I saw an interesting video. It was about 1.5 minutes long, and I didn't even recognize the man's face. I had to look it up and kind of do some digging to figure out who it was. And his name's Dan Sullivan, and he's some kind of a coach or something like that. Apparently pretty well known. Not known by me, but I can't get the video out of my mind, and maybe we can link to it in the video here so you guys can jump over to the real version. But I just wanted to kind of unpack it, maybe just more for me than for you. He goes into this idea that when we say we want something, and think about this obviously as it relates to budgeting, because budgeting really is a list of wants. You're just saying, I want lights to come on when I flick a switch. I want water to run when I turn on the faucet. I want food to be in the fridge when I open it. And I want to go on vacation next year. And I want to pay off my debt. I want to be debt-free. I want to provide for my kids' college education, whatever it may be. Wants, right? And then what happens is we get to this point where we might share what our wants are. And what's the question that people will always ask you? They'll say, why? Why do you want that? And at first, I'm thinking, well, yeah, of course they want to figure out kind of what makes you tick. What is it? What is it that makes you want that thing so much? And maybe they're not judging, maybe they're genuinely curious. But Dan Sullivan, he starts out by, or basically says, when you're answering that, you begin to lie. And you make up a story about why you want it. You try and explain the reason why you want this thing. And we've done some digging around priorities, and I've talked about the example of the family that loved to go to the movies, and then you kind of unpack that and ask why lots of times, and they figure out it's because they want to spend time together as a family, and they enjoy the entertainment and that bonding that happens. So this is a little bit different. This is more like when you have that thing you want and you just don't have a good reason. I'll give you my example because everyone knows at this point, but about 2 years ago, I splurged, right? And I decided I'm gonna get a car. I'm gonna get my dream car, and it was a Tesla, Model S. I went for the low end, as if there's such a thing with the Model S. And I traded in my '02 Honda Civic that was actually a little bit of pride for me in owning such an old car when I could have afforded something else that was nicer. And I jumped from the '02 Civic all the way to a Tesla 2015 Model S. The thing is it's my favorite purchase. And I remember people asking me, why'd you buy it? Did you buy it for the environment? Why did you want that? Did you buy it because it's fast? Did you buy it because it looks cool? And I would say different answers, but at the end of the day, I just wanted it. And I wasn't comfortable telling people because I want it. You know, why do you want it? Because I feel that want. I don't know. That was the end. So Dan Sullivan, in 1:50, which I'm probably over, and we will link to that video, he just says, your answer to why you want something is because I want it. And as I've worked through that over the last week, maybe 2 weeks, it was a little bit ago, and I just can't shake the video. As I've worked through that, it's been kind of liberating for me because you don't have to justify to anyone else. Now, if you're working with a partner on your finances, obviously you're working together, so you're tactically, strategically, you're all, you're of one mind and you're working all, same page, all of that stuff. But you shouldn't, you can just say because I want it, right? That's that. You shouldn't have to feel like there's some other standard you need to live up to because someone simply asks you or interrogates around why. Why do you want that? I mean, gosh, why do you want such a nice car? Can't you just drive another car that gets you from point A to point B at the same? Absolutely you can, yeah. I mean, you could say, I don't know why I want it, but I think it's better just to say, because I want it. So thanks to Dan Sullivan, whom I don't know, maybe I should get to know, for pointing me in that direction. No judging, no reasoning, no lying about why you want something. At the end of the day, because you want it. I really, really like that. Wanted to share it with the rest of the YNAB community. In the comments below, leave an item or something that you've bought or want to buy where someone has asked you, in a judging way or not, it doesn't matter, but they've just asked you, oh, why do you want that? And I'm curious to know what items, what things, what experiences generate those questions where people ask you why. This is fascinating me right now, and I wanted to kind of unpack it a little bit. Nothing to do really with budgeting, except if you do want something, what do? You make sure your money lines up with what you want. Why do you want it? Because you want it. Make sure your money lines up with that, and then you're off to the races. You get it done. I will see you all next week.